Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage, where we get to play with Matchbox cars, Dinky toys, Corgi toys, Majorette, and quite a number of other different brands that are out there. Adult supervision required at all times, because you just never know what's going to pop up on your screen. Content on this channel is aimed at the adult community as it contains strippers. So hot, you'll take the paint of vehicles. Nudity. Naked vehicles. And a man playing with his tools. What else is he going to do? We've got strippers, and we've got nude cars. So has to play with something. Here are some of our previous attempts to give these vehicles a new lease of life. And I think I did not a bad job, if I do say so myself. But there's always room for improvement. So come along to see what's in today's episode at Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. Well, today we're going to be doing something slightly different. This is a plastic model that I purchased. When I looked at it, I thought it was metal, but it turns out to be plastic. Doesn't have a brand on it. All it says on it, made in England. I've already done some work on it, but I decided I'll bring you guys along to see what we can do with this. So we'll change the location so you can have a better look at the double-decker bus, and we'll go from there. See you in a moment. I'll apologise now for the shakiness of this part that you're seeing, because I'm holding the tablet that I film with in my hand as opposed to the stand, because this bus is that big. I dare say it's a 1/25 scale. The only marking on it, so we'll focus, probably not, where my thumb is, says made in England. That's the only marking that it has on it. It did have a destination on it as Kensington. As you can see, I've started working on it because it had deep gouges, so somebody had gone through with a screwdriver. You can still see some marks here where my finger is, where I still got to work. But all the deep gouges that were in here, I've just about got out. And other various places, again, where my thumb is, was a deep gouge. By the looks of things, from what I can see, it used to be a pullback, but that mechanism is gone. And we're not going to reinstall it unless I can find the mechanism. Again, around the back here, I've worked on it a little bit to get some of the deep scratches out. The bus does split in two, and most likely will do that a little bit later. And again, I've gone through worked on some places where whoever had this beforehand went through with the screwdriver. So we're being able to get a lot of those marks out, or the gouges out. So we should be able to get a fairly clean and smooth paint job on this bus. It's not going to, we're not painting it red, or parts of it may go red, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But that's the bus. And like I said, when I saw it in the photo from the person I bought it from, I thought it was metal. It doesn't matter, I'm still happy with the purchase. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get cracking on. And we'll take the bad boy apart. Alright, we're doing a bit of a Herbie, or even, actually, if you watch an Australian movie called Malcolm with Colin Friels in it, it'll be more accurate, where we're splitting the bus down the middle, and we're using a an item to split casings. So that's what we've done. It looks like it has some brass rods that hold the whole thing together, which is not good. Which is good in that we should be able to locate them and put it all back together again. So we'll see you in a moment when we've got it apart. Bye for now. Okay, we have our bus in two halves. Held together by these rods, and I don't think, no, there's no rods missing, and this is what's left of the pullback mechanism, which was useless, so to speak. So we have our tyres, and I've already straightened out the axle, so we've just got to clean them up and we'll move on from there. Catch you in a moment. Okay, we have got rid of most of the paint that was on here by putting just a hot water out of a tap into our laundry sink and then using some caustic soda. That way we didn't warp the plastic, we didn't lose anything. It just stripped the paint, just like it does on the die-cast cars. So we left it in there for about 5 minutes and then we just brushed it off. We did use our brass bristle brush. We used the scourer, and we picked out a lot of the paint that was hanging on. Still got a little bit to pick out, and we're going to use the pick and a couple of other things to get them out. While we were waiting for that, our tyres have had a bit of a refurbish. Still more work to be done on those, so we'll catch you in a moment. I'll be painting the inside white, but I'm not going to do anything more, so we're going to tape off the outside, paint the inside, and then the next time when you'll see this, it'll be together and it will be in primer. So we'll catch you in a moment. Okay, the two halves are now in primer, and we see that we've still got a little bit of work to do around this area, a little bit down here, and the same thing on the other side. You know, just around where we've been trying to get these gouges out, and a little bit more working, probably with some wet and dry paper this time, as opposed to this 600 grit. We'll go down to about a 2000 grit. All right, so we'll catch you when I think we're going to be ready for paint. See you then. Okay, so we have the bus back together again. I think I've come down to my final sanding of it, so that we can put another coat of primer on it, and then we shall paint. I still haven't decided what colour yet. Catch you in a moment. Well, I was right. It was the last bit of sanding, but we still had some issues, so we've just stripped it back a little bit again. It actually looks now looks like that it was a barn find. So anyway, we're going to put it into primer, and you should be able to see now that we were able to get 99% of these, the deep gouges that were in up here, we've been able to get out. We haven't filled anything with glue or putty or anything like that. It's just been a whole lot of sanding that we've done. Anyway, let's get it into primer, and I have chosen some colours. All I can tell you is that this bus did not like red. So anyway, the colour we're going for is a Sydney bus company from the 50s up until the 1990s. They used to run around Liverpool, New South Wales at Route 41, and that was from an Olivery's bus service. That's the colour I'm painting it, but with a little twist. Anyway, okay, we'll catch you once she's painted. So we have two main colours on. One which I painted earlier, which you should have seen before I masked up, was cream. Now we have the green on. So now we need to do the unmasking, and we need to put on some red stripes. So catch you in a moment.
Just a reminder that what we start off with, no name brand, the plastic bus, only marking Steve, made in England. We've taken out all the deep gouges, and this is what we end up with.
Okay, Ruffy, the double figure bus, she's ready to rumble. We've added some grilled headlights to it. We've painted in the Olivery bus service livery of Liverpool, Australia. We have got rid of 99% of all the deep gouges that were advertising. Dual lights on the rear, including indicators. It was up here that we mainly had a lot of deep gouges. We got rid of most of them. You can still see a little bit, but it's not as bad as what it was. As you can see, we don't have a Desto sign as yet, but that will come a little bit later. I'm still working on it. And the same thing here, the deep gouges that were up in the top here, they are just about gone. And the same thing on what was on the lower deck. So we've got a few other marks I see on it from it standing. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little plastic model. I will have another model kit, a plastic model kit, coming up fairly soon, and that'll be part of the DMC challenge of building a plastic model kit. That'll be soon. Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye for now.